Hey there, chart friends. Lamont here from Chart Guys, checking in on the solar sector. Okay, let's tuck all that away for now. So, if you are a bear and you see this price action trend change with just no follow through, I mean, of course, who knows? This could be a dead cat bounce, but for now, it's not really the trend change that you wanted to see. And obviously, today we had a strong market day, so yeah, all in all, a bit of a bear trap here. So, what are we looking out for? You know, I wonder what that looks like. Not really. That being said, we are getting these higher highs with minimal follow through. However, right now consolidation is still relatively healthy. Are we looking for a weekly higher low? We are technically looking for a weekly higher low. Now that this previous weekly low of 79.67 was taken out, we are technically scouting a weekly higher low over 64.48. However, it's if that's all the follow through the bears can muster, then potentially we're setting a really fast one. But one step at a time. So the 21 EMA held as support, this channel standard deviation band as well. Looks like I set up a short against this trend line. Let's see how that did today. Not great. This is not really what you want to see. If you were in this trade, thankfully, they gave you an opportunity to cut flat. I mean, you could have even cut for a little bit of profit, but probably would just cut this flat at the end of the day. This is not what you want to see. You just don't want to see a short, enter your zone of interest and then just leave and then pop right back in. Could it still play out? Yeah, it could. And I would rather look for the play again off of this trend line. Ideally, it would have pushed up that entire way. So that didn't happen. So now we're looking for it in the 5-minute overbought condition. So now we'll probably look something like this. All right, so basically we're top fishing this resistance here of 84.58. Whoops. No, whatever. Alrighty, and if you are looking bullish, if the bears show up tomorrow and continue this pullback to change the hourly trend bearish, we can be bottom fishing as well. Knowing that we're getting these bear breaks with minimal follow through, right? So ideally, well, now actually what we could do is let's draw a channel. I don't love that. Let's take the trend lines for now. Okay, so potentially a falling wedge here. Potentially a falling wedge. So you'll just want to be a little bit mindful of that if you are looking bearish. If you're looking bearish, maybe, if we come down to test the lower end of the wedge support, especially if we come and test this channel, then definitely start being a little bit protective. Now, if you're looking long, I don't hate any plays down here, looking for this trend line and channel to hold in hourly extension, right? Because we're looking for a daily pivot, so ideally we'll see hourly oversold conditions. Today it just tapped it and then went. So a nice bottom fishing play off of that support level today. And I only like really these two trades. We're just watching this wedge now, right? And I wouldn't be surprised if we got this nice wedge break into this channel support, and then that was enough gusto to go from there. We'll see. One day at a time. And right now on the daily time frame, let's see. We're just looking up at the resistance of 84.58 is our last daily lower high, and this is not so much range that you would anticipate a lower high, but whatever the case may be, we're just looking up at that resistance, waiting to see what price will do when it gets there. And potentially, if you're a bear, you're going to top fish that level. Okay, so inside bar day for JKS, very little activity, nothing going on. Defended this support again, but no offense at all. So it's interesting, right? Because you have now this little potential falling wedge flaggy pattern, and JKS has been doing that for much longer. So maybe starting to see some correlation pick up here. Oops, hold on. It's not much of a break to consider it a lower high. So I kind of just consider this one move. I'm not sure if I would consider it a confirmed daily downtrend, but I don't really care about the price action trend as much because we're in this consolidation pattern, right? So you see this bear trend change, for example, here, led to nothing, right? So you have this high, and you have this low. then this lower high, a lower low with no follow through, bounce to higher high, a higher low, lower low, very minimal follow through, bounce to higher highs, and then now we again made a lower low with no follow through at the moment. So we're still waiting to see what's going to happen. But even if we were to see some more downside, I would still be comfortable looking for a potential trade down there. Right? I don't mind it. If we can get hourly oversold into these levels, these lower levels here, I think that's a fine trade to take. Just anticipating the pattern here, right? To hold the channel and the potential falling wedge. Looking at them, or pennant and potential falling wedge, looking for it to hold and then ideally break this daily consolidation pattern bullish. It's a very long pattern, so think about it, right? This is the bulls big push up, and then this is what the bears are mustering. They can't get past a certain level, right? At the same time, these bounces are seeing lower highs, but it's starting to look more and more pennanty. Anyway, whatever the case, we won't let our biases get it to ahead of we won't get too ahead of ourselves based on our biases, and we'll just play things one day at a time. If we can get hourly oversold into this channel support, great, play there. If not, then we can be looking for shorts as well. Any bounce will be looking for a daily lower high under 76.64. So if we can get hourly extension into the here-ish, I like that trade as well. This was a top fishing play up for the potential tightening range, but I don't love it as much. When I don't like playing these little moves within larger patterns. I don't love it because the larger pattern typically it should take precedent, right? So I'd rather just be patient and wait for a trade like that. Okay, hourly overbought into this resistance level, channel resistance, all this price action here. I like this short. Okay, let's see, Sunrun. Oops. Okay, so Sunrun, we are watching this channel support here, just in this tightening range, this EQ. We're stuck behind these two shelves of support and resistance. Daily downtrend has been confirmed, but there was no follow through on that. 8 and 21 EMA bear cross to be mindful of. Hourly chart is in a not confirmed downtrend yet. To confirm this downtrend, the bears will have to show up tomorrow and break this, defend this low, defend this high, excuse me, of 58.59 and break to lower lows under 56.06. And if that were to be the case, then I still like this zone of interest. I still think this trade is a good one, and I still think that's a good one. But honestly, it's getting a little tight. It's starting to get a little tight. Once the range gets to a point where it's you don't really want to get too cute because the break could occur, right? And then if the break occurs, then we're these range bound plays are no longer in effect. So I think it could tighten up more though, honestly. So I just we'll still look out for this trade. I still think it's a decent trade, but we want to be more careful as this range continues to tighten. Remember, it's potential energy just balling up, coiling up, and eventually it's going to pop. Looking for a weekly higher low. We are looking for a weekly higher low. Anything over 49.21 will be a weekly higher low. So I'm sure you see the trend by now. It's generally, in the solar sector at least, it's generally relatively healthy weekly consolidation. Yep. FSLR. All right, so FSLR got into our zone of interest, gave us one fill, started a bounce, gave you plenty of space for a profit taking to chop up your position. We have lost this channel support. Let's see, how much range is this? That's not that much range. A few percent. Sure, I would use the log here on that, honestly. Let's see. Okay, maybe not. So we have yet to lose this channel support, but this zone was marked off based on this previous chop zone. The bulls showed up to defend it again. Daily downtrend is not seeing that much follow through either, although it did reject from this low, right? If this bounce were to have a close beyond above this low, that would be a pretty good look for bulls. But because they were rejected from this low, it's a bit more flat, a bit more neutral. It's not as bullish. So let's check the hourly trend. The hourly trend, just a little weak bounce. Honestly, it's not terribly confidence inspiring. It did give you space to take profit, but it's you wouldn't feel terribly great about this at the close. Ideally, what would have happened? Well, actually, you know what? There is technically an hourly trend change here, but straight into consolidation, and we did set another higher low, but this is quite a bit of distance to break over to higher highs, which is what the bulls would want to see tomorrow. to set that daily low, and then have bears scouting a lower high under. I don't really love it. It's not so much range that you would expect a lower high, honestly, under 91.34. So for me, for FSLR, I'm gonna stick to the range plays. So we'll be top fishing the support at this resistance of 98.46 up here, ideally in hourly overbought conditions, something like that, perhaps. And then if we're looking for another play, if we were to see lower, then we can make this a very similar play, pretty much. Again, hourly oversold bounce play, looking just to test these these highs. Oh, and finally NEE. Okay, so NEE got that break out of the wedge, but not seeing a lot of follow through. Oops. Not seeing a lot of follow through, and okay, we're looking for a potential short. So it's a bit of a red flag, honestly. Inside bar day on a very strong market day, bit of a red flag on the hourly time frame. Let's see, we're still holding this channel. It actually bounced right from this channel. I don't think I said this trade was not for today. This was yesterday's trade. I did play it out decently, but that was for, I remember mentioning, you know, maybe we don't want to get terribly cute here because this is not exactly the bull break that you want to see. Typically when a wedge just kind of meanders out of it, more oftentimes than not, you just start basing. So actually it's a pretty, it's not a really great look in the sense that, you know, this is just a tightening range, but they did defend this channel. So that being said, this is, you know, this is not much follow through right now. You know, ideally what will happen is the upper end of that channel will get tested. That would be a huge sigh of relief for the bulls. So yeah, that's pretty much all we're looking out for. Can we hold this hourly channel and see some more daily bounce follow through? In order for that to occur, the bulls will have to show up tomorrow, defend this low of 72.99, break over to a higher high of over 74.11 to see more daily bounce follow through, and have bears scouting for a daily lower high under, that's like one move to me. So I'm going to say this one here is 76.13. Okay, and in terms of trades, short-term trades, looking for that, I still like this. I still like this trade. I think it's still good. We're able to get up here. And then for longs, I don't love it. I don't love longs here. I mean, it's low risk, right? Because essentially you can bottom fishing these supports, right? And if you break those levels, essentially just bottom fishing these supports here. And if you break those levels, then stop out and then look to the bottom of the range. But you know, I don't know. I'm just a little hesitant, and it already gave us a few opportunities to enter down here and protect that position for some potential maturation on the position. So I don't want to get cute here for too many longs. But if you like getting cute, who doesn't like getting cute, right? If you like it, then I would at least wait for these 5-minute oversold conditions down here. All right, so scaling in down to that low, so something like that. All right. If you want to be even more patient, then you'll wait for the hourly oversold conditions all the way down there. Which honestly, I would prefer. Honestly, I feel like I don't care if I miss them. You know, I'd rather have a trade that has more likelihood of working than try to get every single opportunity. If you try to catch every single opportunity, I can almost guarantee you, it's not going to be a good time. All right, that about covers it. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you all soon.